Hi besties, welcome back to the channel. This is So with Somi. On today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how I made this trending shirt blouse. It has a bishop collar and it has a bow tie in front. So if you want to know how I achieved this using 2 years of organza fabric, do not skip any part of this video and do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. So for this tutorial, I used 2 years of organza like I mentioned earlier, and I folded it into four. The first one is into two, then I folded it again into two, making it into four fold because I want to cut both the front and the back piece together, and I've marked out my starting line. So like I said earlier, it's a shirt blouse and it has a bow tie in front. Now start taking my measurements. I will come down 9 inches for my chest line. So if you're coming to my channel for the first time and you don't know how to get your chest line, to get it, divide your round bust by 6, whatever that gives you, add 1.5 inches to that. That is your chest line. Now after getting my chest line, I came down 16 inches for my waist. So just mark out your chest line, then you mark out your waist as well. So I'm just rechecking to make sure that I have the same measurements. Like, this is an organza fabric and this fabric moves a whole lot. Jesus. So for this tutorial, you can use an organza or you can use like a damask fabric or duchess. Aside organza, you can only use crepe. Now for the full length of my top, I made it 27 inches. So it depends on how long you want your top to be. So now on the starting line, I'm going to add my shoulder measurement, which is 7.5, and I usually mark that on the chest line, and that is it. I'll connect the two. So my shoulder is 15 divided by 2 give you 7.5. I'll connect the two of them together. So after connecting, I'm going to mark my neck width. So for the neck width, I made use of a neck width of 3 inches, and I came down 1 inch for the back neckline and 3 inches for the front neckline. So I'm going to use my curve ruler to connect it to the 3 inches we marked in for the neck width. So if you don't have a curve ruler, you can make use of your free hand. So I've done that severally on the channel. Now after connecting my neckline, I'll come to the armhole side. I'll be going down 1 inch for my shoulder slope. Our shoulder is not straight, that's why we always go down by 1 inch. And I'll connect it to the neck width. So after doing that, I will measure what I have left on the armhole, and what I have is 8, half of that is 4. On that point, I came in by half an inch. On the chest line, I'll divide my round bust by 4. I will mark. Now I'll be connecting the 3 points together this way to cover out my armhole. So after doing that, I'm going to be adding 2 inches, 1 inch for ease and 1 inch for stitching allowance. On the waistline, I'm going to divide my round waist by 4. I will mark. I'll add 2 inches, that is 1 inch for ease and 1 inch for stitching allowance, and I'll connect the two together. Now on the hip line, I will divide my round hip by 4. I'll mark and I'll add my stitching allowance as well. So after that, I'll connect from the waist to the hip line this way. So this is what I have. So before cutting out my top, I'll be coming up by 2 inches on the side of the dress, and I'll connect it back to the hem of the dress, of the blouse. So this is a blouse. So that is all for this tutorial. So guys, as I was cutting this out, my camera stopped filming. So please cut out your neckline, the back neckline first, not the front neckline, the back neckline. After that, then you cut out the back armhole, please. So this is what I have. I'm done cutting out. If you see, I've cut out the back neckline, not the front. So now separate the back from the front so that we can now cut out the front neckline. So that is why I say cut out the back neckline first. Now I'm going to cut out the front neckline, then I'm going to trim the armhole. So I'll do that later, but before I do that, I'll split open the front piece because we'll be adding like a placket to it for our button allowance. So after cutting it out, this is what I have. I'll trim my armhole later. I forgot to do it here, so I'll do that later. So this is what I have. Now the next thing is we're just going to measure to know the amount of fabric that we'll be cutting out for the placket for our button. So I measured mine. I think I have 24 inches or so here. So that is what I have. So we are going to keep this aside. Let's cut out our bow. So guys, I lost a clip of when I did the bow. Just cut out a fabric of the length should be 20 inches and the wideness should be 12 inches. After that, then you close the both sides. Now this is what I have. I've done mine. Now from the neckline of the shirt, I came down 4 inches. From that 4 inches that I came down, I started pleating my bow. So as you pleat, you tuck in. As you pleat, you tuck in. Then when you get to the end, just drag it out a little bit so that it will have this curvy shape at the end. Or if you want yours to be straight, it all depends on how you want your bow to look. Now this is what I have. I've pinned it all down. If you look, you see that the lower part of the bow is extended more than the upper part. So this is what we are trying to achieve. So I'll be using this one now to demonstrate. Like I said, come down from the neckline by 4 inches. Now you start splitting your bow. So you'll be tucking it in this way, depending on how many pleats you want, either two, three, depending. So I will pleat and I will use my pin to hold it down. So if you pleat, just know that you're pleating only the bow, not the shirt, only the bow. So if you pleat, you hold down. Then when you get to the end, just extend the lower part this way so that it will have a little curvy shape. Now, do you see what we have? So this is what it looks like. So these are the two sides of the bow. Make sure that the two of them are matching, that the bows are matching. They should be on the same side. Now take it to the machine. I'll stitch it down and I'll bring it back to show you. So after stitching it down, this is what I have, and I've trimmed off the excess. So make sure that your bowl are matching, please. Now this is the placket I'll be adding for our button. So the length I have here, I've already folded in half an inch in. Now for the what I have left, I have 3 inches. So I cut out a strap of 35 inches width in width. So how to join it is from the wrong side of the shirt. So this is serving as the wrong side now. I'll place it this way, the side that I did not fold. I'll place it in this way. I'll take it to the machine. I'll stitch it with half an inch. After stitching half an inch, I'll turn the side I folded. I'll use it to top stitch on it and bring it back. So I have already done that. I have stitched and top stitch for the bottom placket, and this is what it looks like. Now I'll get the back piece. I'll take it to the machine. I'll join the shoulders with half an inch. I'll do the same for the other side and I'll bring it back to show you. So on the machine, I've joined the shoulders with half an inch and I equally closed the sides with 1 inch, and I hemmed the lower part of the organza. Now is I'll be taking the measurement of the neckline so that we can cut out our collar. So after measuring mine, I got 20 inches. I'll keep it aside. Let's draft out our collar. Now for the collar, I'll be using this pattern paper. I'll put it on the bias form, on a bias fold this way, as if we are cutting a flare skirt. So after arranging it, remember that my neckline is 20 inches. I'll add half an inch to that. So I'll look for where I'll get 10.5, and this is it. I'll mark for that 10.5. I'll place the tape on the edge to know what I have there. I have 12 inches. So from the tip of the pattern paper, I'll be marking 12 inches all around. So this is the way we cut out our skirt, but this time around we are just cutting out a collar. This way your collar will sit perfectly on the neckline. So after that, I'll go up by 2 inches. This is how wide I want my collar to be. So now we're done. All I have to do now is just to cut it out. After cutting it out, I'll be using this pattern to cut out two of it on my fabric. So cut out two of it on your fabric. So I'm going to do that and I'll bring it back to show you what I have. So here I have two of it, two of the collar, and one of them I've hemmed the lower part of it already. Now I'll keep that one aside. The one that we not hem, I'll get my blouse. So turn this is the wrong side. The wrong side of the blouse is facing me. Now the right side of the blouse, I will be placing the lower part of the collar on it. But before you sew, extend half an inch out, bring half an inch out, then you stitch it all around. That half an inch we added, bring it out. I'll sew it and bring it back. Now this is what I have after stitching. This is the right side now facing me. Now I'll bring the collar that we hemmed earlier. So I'll be closing the edges with half an inch. Now I'll close that edge now. Then I'll stitch the upper part. Then when I get to the other end, I'll also close it down. So I'll do that and bring it back to show you. So after closing the neckline, so do you see the edges are closed? All we have to do now is the part we folded in earlier, we're just going to use it to top stitch on the neckline this way. So I'll do that and bring it back. After stitching, this is what I have. This is how neat everything came out looking. And guys, make sure that your bows, that they're all matching, that they're on the same side. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Please hit that subscribe button. And for the sleeves, I have so many tutorials on how to do that. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on my next video. Bye.